Afternoon Kids I Press and Josh Quinlan, who makes his UFC debut next weekend at UFC Vegas 59. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing great, Alex. Feeling good. 2 weeks out, less than 2 weeks out, and focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. You're 11 days out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Everything's lining up well. I've had 9 months to prepare for this fight. I knew of the opponent maybe 3 months ago, and it's been a great challenge, a great process. Adjusting my game in the little ways, but I've been training all aspects of the mixed martial arts. So I'm looking forward to whatever he brings to the table. I know Jason Witt is a tough, seasoned opponent, and I'm looking for him to bring out the best in both of us. Me bring out the best in him, and he bring out the best in me.
Awesome, dude. Before we talk about your upcoming fight, we haven't heard from you in a minute since your Dana White's Contender Series win. Your win got overturned to a positive drug test. I was just wondering, can you reveal and explain what happened?
There was some substances in my system that were not supposed to be in my system, and I take responsibility for that. Um, you know, it's not something I'm proud of. It's not a path that I'd do again, but I take responsibility for my actions and take the disciplinary action. It was a blessing in disguise. I learned a lot from it, and there's a right way to there's a right way to meet your goals and a wrong way to meet your goals, and I'm glad I was able to allowed to be straightened up, and I look forward to continuing on a positive path.
Was it a tainted supplement?
No, I made a full conscious decision of taking illegal substance to try to meet a certain goal to put on some size, and my coaches told me not to. There was no one person that influenced me more than myself, and um, we will all live with some decisions that we make, but every 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 moment is an opportunity to move on from there. And I haven't made that decision since. And whether it be some other decisions in other people's lives, I believe everybody has the opportunity and the ability to make a better decision, and if we're given an opportunity to. And I've been given an opportunity to make better decisions, and I've taken advantage of that. And yes, sir.
How disappointed were you that you had all this momentum, right? You go out there, knock your guy out, you get this contract, and then boom, you're suspended for 9 months. Like
Oh, yeah,
how
I was there. I was in it. It was a shell shock for sure. Like after the win, I was feeling great. I was gonna put all that stuff behind me, and I was like, I'm gonna go on the straight and narrow. I want to be a good example for Hawaii. I want to be a good example for my peers, for my gym, and that's kind of the reason why I'm fighting to be a good example, as a challenge for myself, but also I believe I've gotten some good energy and some good feedback for the people that watch me, that are inspired from my process. And it's just I, I was um, the whole process made me step back and realize that we're not in control of these things, and every decision we make has repercussions, and you can't just bury it in the past or be like, you're gonna make better decisions and forget about that stuff. We have to face our decisions, face the darkness, or face our vices, and meet it head on, accept what we did, and move on from there. And that's what happened. I was able to reflect on myself, reflect on my decisions, and I'm in a sense, when it first happened, I was devastated. I thought my contract was going to be stripped from me. I thought the opportunity was gone, and you know, but in hindsight, it was the best, good thing that happened to me, and it was allowed me to appreciate this lifestyle, um, appreciate the people around me that support me, that don't just judge me on one decision, don't just judge me on one performance, but judge me on my daily basis, judge me on the daily things that I do. And I believe that I'm continuing to grow, continuing to do better, growing as a martial artist, growing as a person. And I believe that's all we can do as individuals to do better every day. And if we make a mistake, if we stumble, we'll pick ourselves up and just not make that decision again. And the downfall is if we continue to make the same decision over and over and hurt ourselves when we know what's wrong for us or know what's bad for us. So I'm glad I got a second opportunity. I'm glad I'm able to still do what I love and at the highest level. I know Jason Witt's been in the UFC for a bit. He's been putting in the work just like me and living that lifestyle, and I respect him as an opponent. And I hope he brings to the table his talents and his gifts, and I'm gonna bring my gifts to the table, and hopefully we manifest something great.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun fight. A couple last things about the issue. Are
Of
you
course,
worried that fans are now just gonna be calling you a cheater for the rest of your UFC career?
I felt some of that, but I don't really focus on that. I have a family member helping me out with my social media to not get that negative influence or negative side of it. And he kind of filters that out for me. A great brother, Daniel Quinlan. He's a brother, he's a friend, keeps me grounded. And I just don't really focus on that. If people want to see me in that light, then that's not seeing the true me. And I accept that I have made that decision and I did make that decision in the past, but we all grow and we shouldn't judge people on their past, but as their what they could be and see the best in them. Not just me, but if somebody, a family member, you have a relationship that somebody stumbles, makes a bad decision, you can judge them on that one decision, or you could, see the best in them and believe and have hope that they would make a better decision in the future.
Awesome, man. And then finally, I just want to know, like, you're undefeated, you've never lost, pro or amateur. What was the decision to go out and use illegal substances? Was it just kind of like a mind game? Like, were you doubting yourself? Like, what was the ultimate decision?
There's goals I want to meet. There's goals, maybe not just in my martial arts, but there's maybe physical goals. There's things that I thought would allow me to reach a certain point, and maybe I couldn't. I thought I couldn't have done it on my own. I needed something to help me out, and needed something to get me to that next level. But you know, there's a lot of things in this world that promise things that are empty promises, and I've been able to kind of sift through that, sometimes live through that, but there's promises that are true, there's promises that hold strong, and there are promises that are everlasting, and we have to be grounded in those, and we have to have faith in those promises that maybe it might not we might not receive the reward in this life, but we will receive the reward in the next. And that's what I live for. I try not to be so steeped in this physical or this short time we have here, but think of things that will go on more than us, or will have repercussions, not just through us, but through other people. So, I'm speaking about Jesus Christ. I'm speaking about the Lord, and there's things of this world that you think are better, that are promised, and things that there's don't work out, and I try to learn from those, and just find the promises that are real.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for being honest and open about it and kind of facing it head on.
Yeah,
I
thank
do
you.
really appreciate that. So let's talk about it. Jason Witt, you making your UFC debut. How excited are you that you're finally making your UFC debut?
I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. I had that 9 month layoff, that 9 months to allow myself to grow as a fighter, to really live the lifestyle. And it's been a challenging one. It's rewarding, not maybe not financially on a daily basis, but it's rewarding in just a personal sense. You push yourself, whether and it's your choice whether to push yourself. The more you put in, the more you are able to just humble yourself and train. The you're able to learn about yourself and grow as a martial artist. I believe martial arts isn't just a physical thing about gaining talents, but just learning about, maybe the mechanics of the body and also learning about your willpower. Maybe the first couple rounds in a session you're able to push through, have a good energy, but maybe those last few rounds in the session you're broken down physically, you're at the end of your energy, but that's when your mindset, that's where the willpower comes in. And by toughening that up, by strengthening your willpower, you strengthen it for other things, different vices that might come to you, maybe different impulses. It teaches you discipline, it teaches you a lot of things. Discipline's one of them, but kind of going for what you want, striving for something on a daily basis, and enjoying the process. Some people put certain moments in life as the most important moments, but I'm enjoying every day. I'm focusing and visualizing every day as an important day, every training as just blessed, and enjoying the process, not putting so much importance on one result of one moment, but enjoying pushing myself, enjoying the fulfillment of just the daily satisfaction of being able to do something you love and doing it with a whole heart. And maybe it's going to change to something else in the future, but right now I love martial arts. I love the process, and I believe everybody should find something like that they can invest their time into and see some good growth personally and manifest something beautiful.
You kind of already talked about it, but Jason Witt, well, what do you think of the matchup?
I think he's a great guy. I think he has a lot of good strengths, and he's a tough guy. I'm not taking anything away from him because he put in the time. He put in the years that got him to that point, and I respect him as an opponent. He's has his wrestling background, has some good shots, comes from a good camp, and I just look forward to the matchup. He has his strengths, I have mine. It's gonna be a good clash of styles, and we can all make predictions about how it's gonna go. We can all weigh it out, and I have a higher probability, or he has a higher probability on the ground. I have a higher probability on the feet. But in that moment in the cage, it's uh it's unknown. There's all kinds of variables that can come into play. So whether I'm supremely confident or whether I'm not as confident, I am confident that I'll do my best in there. I am confident that I'll come out on top. But yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to happen. And that's what we have to do. Even though we're not sure what's going to happen, we need to have faith that it's all going to happen for the good. And it doesn't matter the result as long as we go in with a good intention and a good heart for it. I believe God can use us through victory or defeat.
You have a 100% finish rate. Are you planning on keeping that 100% finish rate?
I go in there. I go in there with a certain mindset. My mindset changed my first amateur fight that I had. It's not an exhibition. It's not what looks pretty. It's not you know a performance. It's about getting the job done. It's about you know doing the task in front of you. But the task at hand is winning, beating this gentleman, being my opponent at any means possible. My coach got me ready for this. Each training session, I trained for this, and I believe it's just going to flow out of me. I have great people around me, great coaches, great teammates, and great brothers around me that believe in me, and I believe in myself, and I believe it's going to happen. And not really planning on how it's going to happen, just like I didn't plan on any other fight. I just go in there with the right intention, the whole heart, and with a lion's heart and lay it all on the line. And usually I get the victory, but I'm not putting it past them at all. I'm planning on a gritty fight. I'm planning on getting grinded out on the bottom, and just digging deep. I've dug deep before, and God was with me there, and I believe God's going to give me the strength if I have to dig deep, and He's going to keep me safe. I pray that He keeps us both safe, and but we're going in there to do our best, and that means trying to end each other, and God bless the process.
I see that you're growing your hair out again. What was the decision to grow it out again?
Yeah, I had a mullet at one point back in when I fought, what's his name? Utah. You just mentioned it earlier. Yeah, I had a mullet at first, and I trimmed it down a bit to get all the same length. And I enjoy, I enjoy. Sometimes it gets a little um, in the way in training, but I'm able to put it up. I believe it makes me look more and more relaxed and kind of uptight, and just bringing that to the game. Just like my facial hair. Like if I trim my facial hair, my dad trimmed his facial hair one time, and he looked like a sergeant, and I probably look a little more like a sergeant if I had my facial hair done. So just try to bring a relaxed look to it, but you better know that when I'm in there, there's nothing relaxed, and I'm focused, and I'm laser focused in there.
Awesome. Josh, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being honest and open about the situation, man. I really, really appreciate that. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
And I have some great sponsors. I have some great. My social media is mostly done on Instagram, but just the little companies that allow me to perform and to just operate at a good level. There's some local sponsors, like my friend has a CBD company, Veterans Vitality, and also Honey Gold Botanicals. They all both CBD companies. They provide some great support in the relief relax and recovery process. Hannah's Herbal Soaps. She's a local soap maker. She makes some quality natural soaps. We all think about going to the store and buying soaps, but to get a natural product that has quality ingredients and feels good, smells good, I do appreciate that. And they've just always blessed me with some great smelling soaps. So look into them if you want. And One Fight Team, 10th Planet Henderson, um, Silverback MMA. Those are my fight teams, and those guys, those coaches are just they provide me with so much, and I wouldn't be at the place I am today. And just continue to grow as a martial artist. And I appreciate all my sponsors. I appreciate sponsors that are bring some creative juices to the game, like from NY, even though they're not local. They really bring a cool creative sense to clothing and pins, real cool like that. And any ones that I've missed, I'm able to post some social media things that I find are very cool, and that bring quality to the world. So I try not to align myself with things that I don't believe in, and that's what I'm about. And I continue to be true, and not represent something that I don't believe in. So I'm gonna strive for that as well. And that's what it is. I appreciate you, Alex. I'm glad you're in Vegas. We'll grab a bite to eat, and we'll have some more interviews after this. And praise God. Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. And let's continue on living.